Okay, so today we're going to be learning about level 6, RP.3D, and we have already learned about 3D. Sorry, that didn't fit in there. RP3D. We've already talked about ratios, we've talked about creating tables and double number lines to find values. We're going to be doing some of the same concept here, except we're not going to be really breaking everything down to one. In the past, our goal was to break it down to one. However, sometimes we don't need to be doing that. We can just continue on with a table or a double bar graph, something that makes a little bit more sense. Okay. So, for example, let's label this. Let's label this ratios. Comparison, we know that ratios is a comparison of something, so we're going to be comparing things. And next time I will make sure that I use lined paper because Ms. Robles likes to write all crooked. Okay, so let's go with the sample question of, for every 3 dogs, there are 7 cats. Okay, how many dogs are there if there are 40 animals? Okay, so I know that I need to reach my 40 animals. The easiest way to do this is to set up a table. We know how to set up a table, and here we're going to be comparing. We have 3 dogs and there are 7 cats. So I'm going to create my table right here. I have my dogs. Sorry about that. And I have my cats. Okay. So I know that when I have 3 dogs, I have 7 cats. So I just need to keep increasing because every time I have a ratio or a new set of animals, that's how many I'm going to have. Okay. So if I increase my dogs to 6, then my cats are going to increase to 14. And now that I know that I need to reach 40 animals, I may or may not want to use another column. It's up to you guys, but for me, it makes most sense to use another column. So over here, I'm going to make another column that says total. Okay, so at this point, I know that I have 10 animals. At this next point, I know I have 20 animals. So I'm going to keep going with my increases, and I'm increasing by 3 every single time. So 3, 6, 9. And if I increase by 7, that's going to give me 21. That also gives me 30 animals. Okay. Again, I need to keep increasing by 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. And if I have 12 cats, then I have 28 dogs. And now, if I have that many animals, my total number of animals are 40. Oh, look, 40 animals. So my answer is, well, dogs, I have 40 animals. So my dogs, when I have 40 animals, I have 12 cats. So in the end, I know that if there are 40 animals, there will be, let me put a little comma there. That shouldn't be capitalized. There will be, and it's asking for yes, it's asking for dogs. So I'm going to my dogs. There will be 12 dogs. Simple as that. Create a table, use your table to your benefit. You have all of your information right here. It's just a matter of being able to read the table that you've created. Okay, let's go ahead. And I know some of you like double bar graph, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how you would do this using a double bar graph. Okay, so we have our double bar graph. It's the same information. And over here will be dogs, and over here will be cats. Okay. I like to separate my bar graphs because it makes my life easier. And I know that my first set will be 3, and my cats, oh, we can't see that, Mr. Robles. Move it up. Okay. So when I have 3 dogs, I will have 7 cats. And then my total, again, you may want to use a total column because this is asking you for information once you have found a total of 40 animals. So we have to remember, once we have 40 animals, we'll come to our answer. So my total here, again, will be 10. Okay, so if I keep on increasing, I'll have 6, and then I'll have 14, and my total is now going to be 20. Still need to keep going. Here's my 9. My total will now be 20. I'm sorry, my number of cats will be 21. My total will be 30. And then if I keep going, it will be 12. And my total, my number of cats will be 28. And again, my total is 40. I reached my limit. I reached my goal. My goal was 40, remember, and I have 40. So, using the same information, I can set it up using a double bar graph. Whichever one you prefer, I do recommend that you do use some sort of graphing though. Okay, so again, you're going to get the same information. If there are 40 animals, there will be 12 dogs. Again, same information, different ways of representation. Okay, let's go ahead. We can do another one, just to make sure that we know what we're doing. Let me go ahead and move my paper up. And let's start with a new question. And the question is now, or the information that they're giving us is, every dollar has 10 dimes. Okay, so we know that for every $1 we have, there'll be 10 dimes. This can be expressed, which just means shown. Okay, this can be expressed using the equation, and I'm going to use a separate color so you can see it. Y times 10 equals Z. Okay, let me box that first because that's going to be some important information. And we know that where Y is going to equal to the number of dollars and Z is equal to the number of dimes. Okay, so it just gave us a little equation there. Now my question is, how many dimes are in $7? Okay, so we can go about this a few ways. We can go and we can just solve our equation, which I'll show you. We can go in and we can create a table, and we'll see how that looks also. Okay, I'm going to go with the table first because it seems more simple, more understanding that way. Okay, so again, I'm going to draw, and I'm going to use a table graph because that's the one I like. Like I said, if you want to use double bar graph, it's up to you. I have dollars in one column. I'm going to actually use the words because they both start with D. So dollars and dimes. Oops, dimes. I know that 1 dime is equal to, $1 is equal to 10 dimes. I'm increasing, remember I'm going up by 1, so if I have $2, then I have 20 dimes, right? 10, I got to increase by 10. That's how my graph is going to keep. The same increments are going to keep going on every single move. Increments is the amount of change in every set, okay? So if I have $3, that's 30 dimes. If I have $4, that's 40 dimes. If I have $5, that's 50 dimes. If I have $6, that's 60 dimes. And move this up a little bit. And if I have $7, that's 70 dimes. Okay? So I know that looking at my chart, if I have $7, I'm going to go down here, $7, then I have 70 dimes. So there are, please use the sentence, the complete sentence. There are 70 dimes in $7. There you go. Now, if I wanted to use the equation, I can do that too. So I know that based in the information that it's giving me, now this is just using my equation, that y is equal to the number of dollars. Do I know how many dollars I have? Yeah, 7. So I'm going to plug in 7 wherever y is. So here's my original formula, and I know that y is equal to dollars, and I know that z is equal to dimes. Okay, so I'm going to plug everything in. So y, which is my dollars, which is 7, right here it says 7. So $7 times my 10 stays the same, is equal to my number of dimes. Well, at this point, I don't know how many dimes I have, but I have my formula that I can follow, okay? So if I have $7 times 10, that's going to give me 70 is equal to z. So therefore, I can see that there are going to be 70 dimes in $7, which is the same information that I gathered from my graph that I created right here. Okay, so whichever way you want to go, it's totally up to you. There's just a few different ways to where you guys can compare the same things. You're more than welcome to now get started on your assignment, or if you need to ask questions, feel free to ask questions.